Hi there, my name's Ian Brennan and welcome to Magician's Advice Recommends. Now, the first thing I need to do is do a huge shout out to all our new followers. Thank you if you've recently subscribed to us and you've recently started following us. We've had a huge boost in followers recently and we've just gone past the 250 mark. Yes, I know it doesn't sound like much, but to me it is a huge achievement. And a lot of that, I have to be honest, is down to David over at Magic Orthodoxy. So thank you, David, and all the friends of Magic Orthodoxy as well for the shout out, for saying hi to us, and for all the people that have come over and started watching our videos as well. So if you're new to us for Magic Orthodoxy, thanks very much for coming along. Click the subscribe and the little bell icon and then you'll be kept in touch with all the latest videos here as well. Now a very quick introduction to me and what the Magician's Advice is all about before we get into the main meat and gravy of this particular review. I'll keep it down to about 20 seconds to keep it short. Now, the Magician's Advice started off as a podcast about 4 years ago. We've done 130 odd episodes now, and we've recorded with the two hosts, Phil Taylor and myself, and then we've had lots of other magicians on as well. Our key is to help magicians out by giving advice from real experiences, and our tagline is honest advice from working magicians. The idea is we help each other out and we give advice from our experiences. We're always ready to learn, we're always happy to learn new things, and we want to share those experiences in the real world with all of you. This YouTube channel has been going on for about 9 months now, I think, about 9-10 months, and it's been steadily plodding along quite happily. The whole point of Magician's Advice Recommends is that I share with you the things that I love and I think work. So we're not reviewing everything, we're not going through all the different tricks that are in the market. This is the good stuff that I know works in the real world. If it's something that I don't do myself, I'll pass it over to another member of the team and they'll do a little video for you. We've had Professor Dan has done a video about Morgan and West's book recently. We've got them on a podcast soon as well, so keep your eyes out for that. We've had videos in from our editor Rob Scott, we've had Tony Dawson, who's one of our team as well. Phil Taylor's done a few. So there's lots of videos there from different people. Keep your eyes on the channel. It's not just my view, it's not just what I use, it's what other people use as well. And you can hopefully work out what's best for you. Today's effect is a single trick download, and it's by Sean Heydon. It's Impossible Coincidence.
I have been working on a routine called Impossible Coincidence for about 10 years. I've fooled magicians with this at many big magic conventions all over the world, and now you can perform it too. And what's best, there are no difficult moves. And here's the video. Right, real proper shuffle. Don't shuffle them in any order, because when you're shuffling cards, you always shuffle them and natural coincidences happen. For example, that trick that we just did then, it might have been a coincidence. It wasn't, but it might have been. And we're going to see what natural coincidences happen with this pack of cards. Well, you did it the 6 again, he's there! I don't even know how he does it. It's a coincidence, you see, Tony. Now, we'll see what other coincidences are naturally set up within the deck. That you shuffle, what's your name?
Yeah, Chris.
Chris, thank you, Chris. So you see. You're not done very well here, Chris. Too nice together, too nice together. But we'll try this more though, Tony. Did you see them?
No.
The Jack of Spades. I'll show you, watch. We'll spell to it. I have a shuffle pack. J-A-C-K-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. The Jack of Spades. I don't even know how it happens. We'll try it again. Maybe the Six of Spades. S-I-X-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. The Six of Spades. Now, thank you. Now, here's the thing. I'm deciding what cards that we spell to. I might have some mathematical, some clever brain. I haven't, but I might. So this time, Tony, you're going to choose. Tony, I'm going to start throwing cards down onto the table. Anytime you want, just call out stop for me. Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Stop.
Wow, incredible. Would you like to use these cards or these cards?
Nose.
Please take out one card for me. I want to look. Do you have one?
Yep.
Now, would you like to stay with that card or change it for one of these or one of those or one of these?
With that card.
You're happy with it?
Yeah.
Show everybody. Don't let me see. Did you see it? Have a look. You saw it now. Put it on top of the pack. Last chance. Would you like to swap it, Tony, or stay with it?
I'll stay with that
But
one.
don't say at the end of the trick, I didn't give you the chance to change your mind. What I'm going to ask you to do, please, is lift up approximately half the cards and balance them on the box. About half. going to spread out. That's going to be the prediction packet. We're never going to change the order of those cards. I'm going to spread out the rest of them so you can see they really are all different. What I'd like you to do, you can check. There's a Chris, you check, Chris, you get in there. Well, trust me. Please remove any 2 cards and put them here, any 2 that you like. I'm going to find a king and a jack. That tells me, you could have picked any cards down, that tells me the card might be 13 cards down, the value of the king, or it might be 11 cards down, the value of the jack. But I'm going to let you decide. Do you want it to be 11 or 13? 13 cards down. As the king of clubs hits the top card, it will move the card that you picked to the 13th position. You don't believe me? It's done. For the first time, what was the name of the card? Sure. Yeah. Watch this. We're also going to spell to it. I promised you this, didn't I? First, we'll spell and then we'll count. Fiveofhearts. The 5 of hearts. And what number 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. The 5 of hearts.
In a nutshell, it's a spelling routine. So you have your deck of cards, and as you deal down, you can spell to the spectator's card. I know that doesn't sound very impressive, but trust me, when Sean does it, it is. You'll have your spectator's card, you'll deal down the letters of that card, and it will land exactly on that card. He then gathers them up, chooses another card, they spell down the letters, and it works again. Gathers them up, spell down the letters, do it again. And the way he's doing it is as clean as that. Gathering them together, spell, 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 bang. Gather them, spell, 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 bang. And it hits every single time. Now, it hits every single time because he's doing a lot of stuff up here while he's dealing the cards down, and there's a lot of things going on in the background. Let's go into the best bits and the worst bits, and then we'll uncover whether this routine is actually right for you. Here's the best bits. The best bits are, this routine really isn't heavily reliant on sleight of hand. Once you've done the learning that goes behind it, you can perform this with any pack of cards at any time you want to do it. Granted, it's not for every situation, but if you're in the right situation to do it and you've got a pack of cards there, you can perform this routine. You can spell out and you can hit the spectator's cards. Brilliant. The best things about the DVD, about the download, is Sean's character and his energy. I think if you can perform this with the sort of energy that Sean does, then you're going to get the spectators all excited, everyone's going to be moving along with it, everyone's going to build up with this routine, and it's going to have a really big impact. Those are my favourite bits. The worst bits about this routine, it's really hard. I say it's really hard. It's not crazily hard, but it isn't an easy routine to do. You're not going to pick this up, open a box, take out a flashy gimmick and start doing it straight away. You're going to need to put a bit of time and a bit of effort into learning this. Sean's very open about this in the tutorial. He explains it really well, and he goes into the details of the things you need to learn. But you are going to need to learn stuff, and you are going to need to put the time in to get these right. There's no shortcuts on this one. You're going to have to put the time in. I'd say that is by far the worst bit. It's not for everybody. You're going to need to be a very certain type of magician at a very certain environment. You can't do this walk around easily. You can't really do it easily on a stage unless you've got a table there. So you're going to have a table. If you're on a stage, you're going to need some projection to see what's going on. I'd say it's best suited to like a grand parlour where you're at a table and there's maybe 2 rows of people and they can see clearly what's on the table, whether that's because they're close enough or whether that's because it's projected. If you try and do it one-on-one to someone, it will still work fine, but I think you're going to lose the energy that you get in a bigger room. I think the sort of old NLL DVDs that you might get, or the old VHSs, that sort of environment with tiered seatings, this would absolutely kill. Or if you're doing it on a TV show, something like that, and you can get a camera down there looking at what's going on with your hands, it's going to be amazing. But I'd say it's not for everyone because of the environment that you need to be in, and it's not for everyone because of the skill level you need. Everything's taught really clearly, but you've got to put a bit of time into it. I think it'd be useful to have a crib of the information you need. You're looking for certain numbers and certain cards that make those numbers. Sean doesn't include a crib in the download or as a PDF or anything like that, which I think is a bit of a shame. I know he says he doesn't use it. He says the best thing to do is learn it off by heart, which absolutely it is. The best thing to learn things off by heart. But I think for somebody who's just learning and just starting out, there might be some younger magicians doing this, or some people that haven't really got the time to go out and learn everything off by heart. A crib would be really handy. If you're interested in the crib, I'll chuck one up on the screen now. And you can pause the video here, you can take a screenshot of that, and you've got a crib for yourself. The crib's going to be no good without the download, so you're going to need to watch the download to work out what on earth it's all on about. But hopefully, if you're looking for a crib, that'll save you time in writing your own out. Something that really annoys me, and I'll be brutally honest with you now, something that really annoys me in magic is when people give themselves titles that aren't warranted. So here we have Sean Heydon. He's calling himself the King of Cards, and he's brought out a card trick. And initially, when I look at that, my gut instinct is, what gives you what gives you the right to call yourself the King of Cards? There's one king. What gives you the right to call yourself the King of Cards, or the Queen of Magic, or the King of this? That's a really specific title you're grabbing for yourself. Why do you do it? And it puts me in an instant knee-jerk reaction. And oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But then you watch this and you see Sean perform, and you see him perform at the Goliath Casino. You see him perform in various places. And actually, that title, I can't really argue with him having that title. He is great at what he does. I saw him perform at the Magic Circle in the close-up competition a couple of years back, last year, the year before, and he was fantastic. I love his multiple card find routine that he does. This routine that he's brought out here, the Impossible Coincidence, it's amazing stuff. And on that note of like taking titles for yourself or receiving a title like that, it annoys me even more if you get someone that has a title that they've got in Magic that they're using, and then they give you something subpar. So Sean here is going as the King of Cards. Brilliant. A lot of people have a really strong title for their Magic, but they don't give you the best material. So it'll be, I'm the King of Cards. Here's a little self-working card trick with a specially gimmick card that does it all for you. Well, that's not King of Cards quality stuff, is it? Well, back to this routine. This actually is really good quality stuff. If Sean is the King of Cards, we need some amazing magic from him, and this is that. Granted, it's standing on the shoulders of giants, and he uses that phrase in the video. He says, look, this is where I got it from. He references every step along the way in the development, and he says clearly, this is what I've added to it. Brilliant. And as the King of Cards, I expect to see some really wowing card magic, and it is. It's not something that any Tom, Dick and Harry is going to pick up and be able to do. You're going to have to work hard to get this. You're going to have to become better at cards to get this right. I think that title is well deserved, really well deserved, and I'm happy to see challenging stuff coming out from Best Magicians. Do I do this routine? Not yet, but I am practicing it to put it in my act. I'm hoping that this will be either the closer of my first half or the closer of my whole show. I think Sean uses it to close his show, and I think you will need to use it as a closer. So either end of the first half or end of the second half. The reason you need to use it as a closer is the energy builds so high, and it's that natural applause moment as the energy gets up there, but also there's nowhere else to go after this. After you've done this magic with the cards, you've pretty much established to the audience that you can do whatever you like with those cards. You can put any card in any position at any time, and you know where everything is. So you couldn't really go into that and then do a sign a card, lose a card, find a card plot, because everyone already knows you can find any card at any moment. This is the climax of your routine, and it needs to be treated as such. So end of the first half, as you're then going into non-card stuff in the second half, or just at the end of your show, when you're proving this is how good I am, this is why I'm the best at what I do. Bang, 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 done, applause, off you go. I bought this download through the Merchant of Magic, and there's a link in the description below. If you want to grab it, please pop over to there, and there's the link is an affiliate link with ourselves, so we get a tiny kickback from your purchase. And I believe at the moment Merchant of Magic will honour a price match on any product you buy from their website with any other website in the world as well. So if you're looking at buying something and you're looking to help out our channel at the same time, use the link below, and that would be a great help. Thank you. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit the bell icon. Do that now, because in a couple of episodes time we're going to have a deck giveaway. In fact, we're going to do 2 deck reviews later this week, and we're going to do a deck giveaway for one of those. So keep your eyes on there and you'll find out what's going on. If you've enjoyed this, drop me a comment down below. Say hi if you're new to the channel. Had lots of people drop in and say hi already. It's fantastic to see you here. If there's any new tricks coming out that you hear about, you want us to talk about on here, let me know and I'll be more than happy to. Yeah, that's all for now. See you again next time. Bye bye.